Okay, so it's that time of year where everyone's making their prediction videos for the next season of The Walking Dead. So I figured out I might as well join in, and here's my predictions for The Walking Dead Season 5. Okay, so yes, hello and welcome to another video. Now today, as I said in the intro, I'm going to be going over my predictions of The Walking Dead. Now if any of you out there watched my predictions for Guardians of the Galaxy, the movie that's going to hit cinemas on August 1st, is a new Marvel Cinematic Universe big blockbuster film. I'm going to do this video very similar to how I've done that. I'm going to go over the characters and then what I think is going to happen in the story plot. So let's get started. I'm going to go over all the characters, some characters which I think they're going to bring in from the comic books, and characters which we don't know whether they'll show up. So if any of you are wondering who that is, who this particular character is who I'm talking about, you're going to have to wait and see. But anyway, let's get started. I'm going to talk about where I think these characters are going to go and whether they're going to die or not, basically. So the first one up is Rick, obviously. Robert Kirkman is always, he's likes to tease a lot, saying that he's going to kill Rick. I don't think he will. I personally don't think he will for a long time. Maybe season 7 if we get that far, season 7, season 8. I can't see him killing him this early. No way. There's a long way to go when you compare it to the comics. So, no, Rick's safe. Carl's definitely safe because if they eventually do kill Rick, I have an idea that Carl will take over. So, Carl's 100% safe. And Judith, I think the TV series is nowhere near as dark as what the comic book series is, which is why I don't think they'll kill Judith. I think they're going to keep her around for a long time. They're going to show her character development in it a lot when she starts to grow up. Obviously, in this series, we won't see her grown up. Obviously, we won't see her for the next series probably. But I think eventually, if The Walking Dead is going for series 7 or series 8, if it gets there, I think that character will become a huge part. So I think they're just going to keep her around. Daryl. He's a fan favourite, that's why I just generally can't see them killing him either. His character has developed a lot since Series 1, a lot. So in this series I think they're finally going to give him a romance with Carol, because I was almost certain they were going to do it in Season 4, but they just never done it, because Carol and Daryl only saw each other in the first 4 episodes. No, first 3 episodes, wasn't it? So, they were only together for 3 episodes in the last series, so actually, we barely saw them together. So it'll be quite good seeing them reunite, because they haven't seen each other since. Michonne, next, definitely won't kill her either, definitely, considering I think she's still alive in the comic books, but it's not 100% certain whether she survived the war. But anyway, so she could be still alive in the comic book series, so because she's lasted so long now, I just generally don't think they're going to kill her in this. I reckon she's just going to be the usual Michonne, keep on teasing little bits about her life before the zombie apocalypse, and yeah, she's just going to be just as badass as she ever has been. Next we get to the interesting character Glenn. Because I say interesting, because he's not my favourite character in all honesty. I mean, I know he's a fan favourite, but he's not one of my personal favourites, to be honest. He was in Season 1 and Season 2, but I don't know, he got a bit too serious, I thought. But anyway, that's only my opinion. But a lot of people seem to think he's going to die. Now, going by the trailer, which was released a couple of days ago, you see him a lot outside the Terminus. So, I'm going to get to where I think the story's going to go. Don't worry, I'm going to get to it. But because I've seen him outside of Terminus, I don't think he'll die in the first half of the season at least. I think he's safe for the first half of the season. Maybe because they always like to do episode 15 or episode 16. They usually like to put a big death in. Could be him then. Could be. But of course I haven't even filmed that yet, so no one knows. Apart from the writer, obviously. And then, of course, we have Maggie. I reckon if Glenn's going to go, Maggie will go. If Maggie's going to go, Glenn's going to go. So, similar thing. Again, can't see her going in the first half of the season, not at all. However, there have been rumours that the character is pregnant, which I find really interesting. I think that would work really well, especially if she survives the giving birth, not like Laurie, because when Laurie went, it was a bit of a relief for everyone, because she was the most annoying character after Carl. Um, I think Maggie would be a good mum in it. That's why I'd like to see her actually raise a kid. You know, it'd be good. Um, Carol has done the most. Her character has developed the most out of all the characters in it. Robert Kirkman has done so much work with this character. He's built her up so much. I can't see him killing her. But in this series, I think her character, she's going to get reunited with the group, because I think she was with the group in the trailer, in a couple of the scenes. So I don't believe she's going to die. Her character is just going to get back with our group, and she's just going to, go back to fitting in. I think she'll have an interest with Daryl at some point in the series. I think they're actually going to get together in this series, or at least I hope they do, because they've been building it up since season 2, and it's just getting boring now. It's just like, come on, hurry up, get on with it. So, anyway, Tyrese is dead at this point in the comic books, so, yeah, I guess I could see him going. He's a main character, so that's what's throwing me off here. Walking Dead generally doesn't get rid of main characters that often, to be honest. Even though Robert Kirkman always says, oh, we'll get rid of anyone, you won't expect it. No, watch his series, Game of Thrones, if you want that. Walking Dead's not like that, I don't think. That's why I don't think that... They like to kill main character every now and then, don't get me wrong, like Herschel last year, wow. Shane, But season 3 especially, I don't think we got a main character die, which is why I kind of disagree with the fact that people say, oh, I don't know who's going to go. You can make a pretty good guess, I'd say, in some cases. But, but with Tyrese, I don't know. But where this character's going to go in this series, yeah, I'm really not sure where this character's going to go. I could see him being killed, I could see him moving on. So, whatever. I really don't know him. But Sasha, I think she might survive this series, because they've put her and Bob in a relationship. So, yeah, Bob's the next guy on my list, so I'm going to talk about them two together. Because they're in a relationship now, and in the trailer you see Bob getting a lot of lines. Because of him getting a lot of lines, because them two are now in a relationship, I think they're going to expand on these characters as a team, these two. I think they're really going to push her abilities like what they've done with Glenn and Maggie, which is why I don't think first half of the season they're definitely safe. Second half of the season, maybe one could go at near the end, and then the other one would be grieving, let's say. But personally, I don't think they'll be killed off. I think they're just going to become good members of the team. So yeah, next character, Tara, the girl who was with the governor in season 4 and who was travelling with Glenn in the second half of season 4. Yeah, I think she could die. I think she's one of the main contenders. I reckon she'll do something silly, like maybe sacrifice herself in guilt, because she's still obviously feeling guilty about working with the governor against the prison, which is why she followed Glenn into that tunnel, obviously, and didn't go with Abraham, because she did want to go with Abraham, because later on in the episode, when they were in the tunnel camping after Glenn's found Maggie, she actually said, I'm going to go with them to Washington with Abraham and stuff. So, I think, yeah, she's going to die. She's the main contender for me, personally. Then we get to Abraham. Looks like he's going to be a real main character going by the trailer. He's got a lot of scenes, a lot of cool lines. You see him, like, cracking up in the middle of the road crying. Something bad is going to happen with this character. Personally, I don't think they're going to kill him. I think he's going to be a real huge role in this series now. I think he's going to be one of the top characters in the top 5 main characters, let's say. So yeah, Rosita, she's going to live because she's got a long way to go. Eugene is going to be the most important character in this series because he has the cure. I don't think he actually has the cure or knows what started it because of the comic book. I'm not going to spoil the comic book too much for you, so I won't go into that. But yeah, his character's got a long way to go for sure. I'm going to go a bit quick now because I don't want this video to be too long. Gareth, the leader of Terminus, he's going to die at some point, guaranteed. I think mid-season finale could be when the Terminus group get... So yeah. Other than that, I know he teams up with Rick and goes to Washington, as you know in the trailer. That's the only problem with these trailers, I find. The Walking Dead trailers love to give loads of information away. Not that I have a problem with that, but it kind of makes audiences know now that, hey, this is going to happen at some point. So while we're watching the first episode, we're like, okay, he's not going to kill these characters because we've seen them out of Terminus. So, that's the only problem with the Walking Dead trailers for me. But anyway, The Terminus people, which include Mary and Albert, the only two alive names we've got, because there was another guy, but he got killed when Rick was holding a gun to his head. But Mary and Albert, yeah, they're members of Terminus, and I think the Terminus group will die mid-season. I reckon Rick's group's maybe going to uprise against them, so yeah. And then we get to Beth. I think Beth is going to have 2 standalone episodes like the Governor did, and I think that this is going to become a bit of a tradition now. I think they're going to make it episodes 6 and 7 again, like they've done with the Governor. I reckon Beth's going to get the exact same treatment as the Governor, except she's not going to die in episode 8, because I'm guaranteed mid-season finale is when Beth gets reunited with Rick's group. I guarantee mid-season finale, and she'll get a standalone episode, definitely episode 7, maybe episode 6 as well, like the Governor got. Her character, I think she's just going to be reunited with Rick's group, and I'll go over this new place in a minute. The character which I think could come back will be Morgan. Robert Kirkman I remember him saying actually that he was going to make an appearance in season 4, but he never did. So that makes me think, maybe season 5. Definitely not the first episode. Maybe the first half, sorry. Maybe the second half. Maybe. And then the comic book character that I think they're going to bring in is Father Gabriel, because he's a huge important character in the comics. Sorry. Voice is going. And I believe it was his car that took Beth, even though in this place where Beth has been seen in the trailer looks nothing like where Father Gabriel would be. So, you know, but there has been a picture of him seen on set, apparently. Or at least I saw a picture, but I don't know whether it was real or not. So, yeah. Okay, so going over the story, I'm going to make this quick, so I don't want this video to be any longer than 14 minutes, let's say, so let's do this really quick. I think Rick's group is going to be in Terminus, and Terminus is going to, well no, they are in Terminus. They're going to try and break out their trailer, because in the trailer, the actual trailer to the series, they actually gassed them to get them out, to stop Rick's group from doing whatever they're doing. So, I think eventually Gareth's going to be like, you lot are causing us too much trouble, we're going to kill you. And then Bob's going to do his line, hey, this guy knows what started it, we need to get to Washington. So eventually Gareth is going to get talked into taking them to Washington. I reckon we're going to see Beth and her new group, who seem to be pretty weird. I don't have a clue what they're going to be doing. Around about episode 7, I guarantee episode 7, we're going to get the standalone episode on that group. And I reckon they're going to run into Rick's group in episode 8, and it's just going to be chaos. I'm not sure whether Beth's group is going to help Rick's group to uprise against the Terminus people, but these people who are with Beth don't know about the Terminus people, so I don't know how that would work. But I have a feeling that Terminus will be end off in episode 8, and I have a feeling that's when Beth will also be reunited, so I'm not sure how that's all going to fit together. The second half, I think, is really going to be Rick's group with Beth now going to Washington. They're going to run into Father Gabriel, and then all the crazy stuff's going to go down. We might see Morgan again, and I reckon that's when we're going to get a big character death. And my contenders are Tara, Tyrese, and yeah, we'll go Glenn. Because I guess I could see him going. So yeah, there we go. There's my predictions. Don't want this video to be more than 14 minutes long. So hope you've enjoyed the video. Please like the video, subscribe, and leave a message on what you think is going to happen. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.